had the chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground so we can fly again, so we can fly again. So we can fly
speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, pick up body till we black out. So get the fuck up.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Okay, you should be live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. I'm your commentator, PN Motorsport. I'm joined here in comms box currently by Fury's granddad.
How you doing, everybody?
There's Tony. Welcome to Kent for Brands Hatch in the UK, and it's not raining. Yeah, and not in real life. Right, let's currently go through the championship order so far from last round at Zolder. Our championship leader is De Silva in his McLaren with, I'm reading it at the same time, 320 points. Second, who cannot race this week, is Matt on 307. In third place, we have the Overtaker with 293 points. Fourth is Unorthodox with, I'm trying to read it, sorry, 278 points. Then Big Boy Brazier, where is he? Here's Jamie. Gary 131, and we're at the British Circuit, so expect some fireworks tonight. Then Fury, who's not joined the session yet. Then N. Polavsky, teammate to Overtaker and that of Buffo Racing. Peaceful Explosion in SimPlay Racing. Euro, who's... Yeah. Euro is next. He's on a qualifying ban for race 1. To remind everyone. Brees is not here this week, as Matt's now in the chat saying good luck all. Hello Matt, second place.
It's me.
Just you. Where was I? Smoky Devils after Brees. Smoky on track. Currently doing fast. Near close to his teammate. Behind Smokey is Sutty in the SimPlay Racing Ferrari. And we've got Nexus in Terminal Velocity Audi. Monkey Boy's not with us this week. Akbar, who is on a qualifying ban for race 1, again, in Terminal Velocity. D Biggs isn't here. Alex Tenpow is not here. Yorkshire Mika's not here, and Sekulovic is still at work. And in the constructors, Jaeger Motorsport lead with 546 points, with FU Racing behind in 497. That a buff out on 490. Michael Massey's Mango Lassie.
Easy to say.
Easier to say. Is in P4 on 402. PRT Squadra Corsa is on 320. SimPlay Racing's in P6 on 285. Terminal Velocity in P7 on 212. Team Independent, which is I believe is Euro's team, is on 169. Nice. FST Racing, which is Paris's team, is on 160. I'm not gonna say Monkey Boy's team. That is on 119. Then the Bentley Bullies on 33 points, and OMO Motorsport on 26, and Power Clan is on 9 points. That is our constructors after Zolder last week. So, Tony, welcome to Brands.
Thank you.
I've actually been to this circuit, so I kind of know it. In a rally car. In a rally car, that's a bit more different. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. Hi. So,
I think you were going to ask me something, which I probably won't be able to answer, but I'll try.
so we're in the sharp end of the season now. After this week, there's 1 week left at Mazzano, which is a bike track, if I remember. But Brands, yeah. I can't see my book now because it's getting dark, and I ain't got a light on. Who can we go with to follow around on the lap? Anybody coming out of the pits, or should we go straight to the overtake and do a lap when it comes over the start-finish line?
Nobody moving in the pits that I can see at the moment.
With 5 minutes left to practice, right? We go to overtake who, as he powers down the Clark Straight from Clark Curve. Over the line, he turns right into Paddock Hill Bend.
Just going to be
He's fastest in practice. Still practice. Down Halewood Hill into Druid's Hairpin. Accelerates towards, I can't see the corner names, but I think it is still Surtees. Is it Surtees or is it? I can't remember. I can't remember half the corners' names. Phone, I need your torch. It was Graham Hill Bend, then it is into Surtees. Now he drives down Hawthorne Hill towards Hawthorne Bend. Turns in for Hawthorne Bend. Then we've got the Derek Minter Straight. What a name. Into Westfield, through Dingledale, which is all this part. Into Sheen, which was Dingledale corner. Sterling's with a tree in front of the camera, that's very useful. Down and the back straight heading into Clearways, which has a very deep gravel trap on the left hand side. Clark Curve, and he goes across down the Brabham Straight. I got the straight wrong again as well. Apologies there. And that's a lap of Brands Hatch, which has hosted Formula 1. The last time was in 1986. So the lap record is probably still an F1 car. Probably Senna, actually in a Lotus. Lots of trouble, usually serious. Has Gary come out on track, who loves the British tracks, who's upholding Jaeger Motorsport, flying solo as Matt's in Switzerland working.
Yeah, he's out on track.
all to play for. As he how heads towards clear, he's that Bentley roaring down. He's that's for grass, Gary. That's for grass. Unless he knows something we don't. He's invalidated his lap, so we'll wait for Gary. Overtake is still. Oh, no, I'm not good at maths. As we've got final 2.5 minutes of practice one. Oh, and Fury has made the session. There he is. Was busy showing off his new car. But hey, we were all young once, and our cars were our pride and joy, and we've all been there. And as I look in towards the YouTube chat, we say good evening to Mummy D, and yourself, Tony, and me, and Dan, and talking under the SimPlay name, and there's the Wolfinator. Good evening, Wolfinator. Welcome to Pro, which your place last night you should be in Pro. But this is a McLaren track because the top 2 places are McLarens. And Smokey will make his 102. Hang on, let me just double check. With race 1 tonight. I'm such a pro at this. One second. There's my DMs. There we are. There's my Dr. Martens. Dr. Martens boots. Yeah, if you're holding. Yeah, race 1 will be Smoky Devils 200th race start. Gary's still one pole away from his 25th. Yeah. Currently on qualifying ban again is Euro and Akbar. It'll be interesting to see if they actually read the Discord. Right, we were tagged in for the event to say who's on qualifying bans. We will find out. So, chat. Tips for pole position in race 1. And Tony, who would you tip for pole for race 1?
I know Overtaker's sitting there at the moment, and it's only in practice, but having watched him recently, I'd go for De Silva.
Current championship leader, that's probably not a bad show. As Akbar turns his Audi into a lawnmower. Don't worry, I turned my Ferrari into a lawnmower in a couple of corners last night. If you want to see what happened, to watch yesterday. But I still managed to get the 7th and then at 6th, so not bad really. And quite a clean pro-am last night, really. And there's Nexus in chat, evening. Hope you're doing well and hope you're ready for around here. This is a very, very tight distance. As we know, moving to qualifying. Who is going to be the first person out on track? As we patiently wait. It looks like it's De Silva. Current championship leader getting out there nice and early. Akbar and Euro cannot qualify, as they are both on qualifying bans for race 1. For, well, in Euro's case, he quit out the race, and drivers are encouraged to finish, even if you're several laps down, because you never know what happens in sim motor racing. Dan has now exited the pit lane, as I got another view on my personal stream. Overtake is just on through 30s. Yeah, 30s. There's Nexus, who's just commented in the YouTube chat. And Polavsky, Smoky Devil, who might make his 200th appearance here tonight in race 1. I believe that's enough McLarens for their 400th race start in race 2. I think if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll correct it.
Gary at the moment.
Have you got the arrow? And if not, you have to back out and come back in.
Got the arrow there, but it's alright, we're okay now. Yeah.
As it looked like Fury's doing a bit of rallying. In some of the practice races during the week, Fury was actually drifting around here in his Lamborghini. He was having lots of fun. He saw my teammate Daz doing it, and he thought, I like that idea, let me try. As first person onto a flying lap is De Silva. As we jumped as De Silva in his Vodafone McLaren. We will go into F1 analogies here because everyone knows what F1 is. Yeah, I believe one of the lap records is actually Senna in a Lotus Renault back in 1986. The old JPS livery. What a car. You can drive him in Project Cars, actually. Just saying. As now De Silva rounds Sterling's onto the back straight. Under the road bridge, which gets into the infield of the Grand Prix loop, which they can only use about 6 times a year because of noise. Clearways, Clark Curve, onto the Brabham Straight, which isn't straight. And crosses the line with a 25.1, good banker lap.
Nice little start.
Nice little start. Here comes Overtaker. Overtaker in with a 24.4 for his first flying lap. Peaceful. 8 temps off for Overtaker. Empalava is 1.1 off Overtaker. Nexus 2.1 seconds off Overtaker. Jamie just jumps into P5. Big boy Blazier. And Orthodubs is in 5th. Now jumps into 5th. Blue dot means they're not on a clean lap. So... Gary's on a clean lap. As we will jump to Gary in the Bentley when the cameraman finds him going through Sheen. Named after Barry Sheen. MotoGP rider. That was more like 500. Down the back straight under the road bridge. Left in the clearways. Left, right. I'm a terrible navigator for co-driving. I had to write L and R on my hands. Well known fact. Gary moves up to P7. Who's on a clean lap. Overtaker is coming round again. Ugbar's gone out, hasn't he? Yep, Ugbar has gone out of the pits. He's ignored the message on Discord. Let me just say that. Yeah, where's the event bit? Ugbar has gone out of the pits. He's ignored his qualifying ban. I believe he's now going to have a race ban. As he sets a time. Smokey in for his 200s. It's just hit the wall. Well done. We just saw it.
Into 6th.
Yep. There's Fury in 6th place. I'm just going to message Mike quickly. I just message one of the admins quickly, even though I am one of them.
Gary
Overtakers into Gary overtakers into 23.7 in the McLaren, and he's thinking, that'll do, donkey, that'll do. In the pits, put more fuel in and back out. He's obviously running that car light. Euro has abided his qualifying rule. Well done, Euro. Where's Sutty? There's Sutty. Hello, Sutty. Seeing us topping the curb there as you now turn left into Sterling's. With the trees in the way. Lovely. Brilliant camera angle there, gang. Fury, P8. Probably wishing he was driving his road car right now instead. Gary's in the pits.
Quite match these.
Fury just moved up to 5th on that lap. De Silva is on circuit. Can De Silva jump overtaker? Our championship leader. Independent driver, new this year from SimGrid. De Silva moves up to P3. I reckon overtaker's running the car very light indeed.
Possibility.
Gary is now coming out the pits again with nearly 3 minutes left of the session. Jamie looked like he's done. As I check YouTube chat quickly, and there's nothing in YouTube chat. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I could do this YouTube stuff, really. Peaceful's actually P4. Peaceful's actually looking quite good
it
around
went a
here.
little bit quicker that time, just not enough to gain any places.
Peaceful's looking quite good around here in a Ferrari. To be honest, I was okay in the Ferrari until near the end of and running in the dirty air, looking at back into Kelly's McLaren for the entire hour. We had pretty much the same pace in race 2. Right, will De Silva improve this lap? He's still valid. Very clean driver as De Silva. Makes some excellent overtakes. No, I say that, and he's on the grass. Oops, cursed him. I'm sorry. He turned his McLaren into a lawnmower. Jamie's back out on track, so Jamie has decided, I will qualify. Again. Smoky Devil. It's like an Audi car park around that part of the circuit. Who should we jump with? Let's jump to an Orthodub as he comes round Sheen now. Taking a little bit of curb, but not too much, because you might yeet the car into the horizon. He's like his headlights ablaze. He's on it. We're now in the final minute of this qualifying session. He rounds Clark Curve onto the Brabham Straight. That isn't straight. Don't think it's much improvement, but he has got time for another lap. But there's a lot of traffic ahead of him. A lot of traffic. No, he's done. Dan's done. He's pulled it into the pits. It's an Audi car park going into Surtees.
De Silva is right across the line.
As we follow De Silva, he's got enough time in for another lap. No improvement yet, but it's probably still invalidated when he ran wide. Overtaker is done for the session. De Silva currently P3. Does he improve? Empalava is done. Peaceful is done. Gary is done. Only P7 for Gary, so no 25th pole position yet. As for race 2, the top 7 cannot qualify. Is De Silva still on, or has he backed off?
No, he's still going round.
He's still going round, but I think he's backed off. No, he's still quite aggressive over that curb. But then again, though, he could be like Alain Prost. Very, very smooth. Doesn't look fast, but is very fast. With me, with my massive motorsport knowledge.
More than mine, I assure you.
Sutty is done. Stays in P10. As De Silva now crosses the line. I'm just going to... Nope, too late. I missed it. Return the garage quickly. De Silva's done. He was quicker. He did improve, but he will start P3 for race 1 here tonight at Brands Hatch. Brought to you by SimPlay Motorsport. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Plug for channel. As Overtaker will start from pole position here at Brands. From unorthodox, Ben De Silva, Peaceful Explosion, up in fourth. As all the cars now make their final preparations for race 1. Peaceful in fourth, Empalavis fifth, Fury sixth, Gary in seventh, Big Boy Brazier eighth, Nexus in ninth, 10th is Sutty Apex, 11th and shouldn't have qualified because he ignored it is Akbar, Smoky Devil in 12th, and Euro, who did follow his qualifying ban, starting from the rear. Probably not a bad place to start, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Paddock Hill could be things, and Druids can definitely be things. But Pro-Am last night, though, was reasonably clean.
That's the worry.
That is the worry. But Pro-Am being clean, it's a saying here at SimPlay. But Pro-Am being clean, Pro could be filthy.
Let's hope not. Keep it clean, guys.
Yeah, please keep it clean. I want a quiet weekend this weekend. Thanks. Cheers. And Argent has joined us in time for race 1.
Just in time. I thought I had plenty of time.
20 seconds.
No, just in time for race 1.
Perfect timing there, Kieran. Perfect timing.
I literally logged onto the
10 seconds.
comms box channel of the on Assetto Corsa, and it's got all car hovering. I'm thinking, hang on, I swear I had 10 more minutes.
Yeah, well, our pole position is the Overtaker. As now we'll begin the formation. Double file. Though I had an interesting glitch last night where it told me to go on change lane. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't around last night to compete, so you're going to be the one with the experience this week, like me last.
Don't worry, your teammate is driver's champion in Pro-Am. So it's a double.
I thought it might be because I knew all he needed to do was beat Shane.
And it's
Green light,
go. No one's jumped to start. Overtaker, De Silva's slotted in behind Northerdubs. So it's Overtaker into first in the Paddock Hill. He had a little wobble. As they look reasonably clean. Gary's looking very aggressive. Oh, Peaceful Pirouette and Empalava, Gary. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Empalava, Jamie, and Unorthodox. Not Unorthodox.
What happened there?
I believe Gary got caught up with Jamie and going into out of Druids into Graham Hill. So there's going to be one for the stewards tonight. Jamie does have damage. Empalava does have a little damage. Smokey got pressed on the anchors to keep out of that. Euro in 12th. Akbar in 13th. Akbar did ignore his qualifying ban again.
Again,
Yeah.
not that there's a lot we can do last round of the season, but
No.
I think looking at the screen back, it looked as if you might have clipped Peaceful just slightly and that set everything off.
As we now move back to the leaders, from my end, as Overtaker has a 0.4 second of a lead, but that was about changing across the line.
do we raise the ticket for Rockbar this week to get him actually aware of it? After week.
I think he just ignores it. So that's not something to talk about on comms, is it? Nexus now up to P5. Peaceful in P6. Sutty in P7 behind his teammate. Here comes Gary in P8. Jamie 9th. Empalava 10th. Euro in 11th. Smokey down to 12th. Ugbar in last. As I will concentrate on the battle for the lead, as it's 0.4 of a second, but Fury's up to 4th.
Got through the carnage at the start.
Yeah, so we've got Overtaker for that Buff-Out Racing leading. Unorthodox, aka Dan, for FU Racing in second. De Silva, an independent driver, in third. And fourth for FU Racing is Fury. And fifth for terminal velocity is...
wide. I managed to put it back though.
Yeah, he's got Fury breathing down his neck as
He
overtaking
ran
him.
wide in the corner before and just put 2 wheels on the grass. Managed to collect it back again before Fury got any closer.
Yeah, overtaker's now pulling away. Dan's doing what he needs to do, is be ahead of De Silva to close in, because as we say, good evening to Peaceful Stepdad in the YouTube chat.
Only problem is that if even if that he's only going to be putting 2 points on De Silva, which isn't really enough to get where he needs to be. He needs cars in between him.
He needs Fury to get in front of De Silva.
Yeah.
As the lead battle has sort of like petered out.
Fury's had a wiggle.
As we go to Fury.
Caught it, but he must have lost a bit of time there.
Yeah. The lead battle has petered out as we move to Sutty. Sutty defending hard from Gary. Gary exploring all of Ken as he ran wide through Surtees. A lot of these drivers are probably going to pit quite early, especially those with damage. As I'll take a drink briefly. Gary is all over Sutty.
Fury went very wide then.
People's off.
Oh.
To get back on track now.
Peaceful. Still. Oh, Gary and Sutty. Gary up the inside through Sterling's.
In fact, you have the inside for the next one.
Through clearways. Gary's got the front. Oh, Gary turned in. Sutty was there. Pit window has not opened yet. We've got another 30 seconds. Nobody has left the session yet.
Was that a late turning from Sutty or was that an early turning from Gary? I think a bit of both there.
I think it was more just them things. You see a gap and go for it.
There's a traffic jam behind them both now, so let's see if it gets more interesting.
Yeah, we've got Jamie there, Big Boy Brazier, Empalava is in it as well. And Smoky Devil's not far away, he's got back in front of Euro and bringing up the rear as Ugbar.
In the fourth part for Jamie.
Jamie got quite a bit of damage looking at the front end of his Audi.
Yeah, he's bumping around a bit. Peaceful's had a moment.
Peaceful's had a moment, he's keeping wide. As Peaceful gives everyone loads of room, unlike your teammate when he lapped me last night.
I've not seen. I can't comment. I've not seen anything, but I think I might have dodged a bad.
It's very hard to overtake around here. What we have found, as the leaders are now nearly 2 seconds apart, so overtake is just disappearing right now. This is the closest battle on the circuit between Sutty, Gary, Big Boy Brazier, Empalava, Peaceful. Gary's peeling in the pits. 3 cars into the pits.
Peaceful in a while.
Someone went a bit slow there.
I think they're trying to avoid each other.
Yeah, well, it's a tight pit lane, to be honest. It's not like Zolder where you can go flat out into it nearly.
Cars coming in as well.
Yeah. So
Harvard got a bit of damage as well down the side. More scuffs than damage, but
it's probably more scuffs. That's probably the Druids into Graham Hill incident. As now the closest battle, Fury's fallen behind Nexus.
Yeah.
And as we say, evening to Matthew in Duffin in the YouTube chat. Good evening. As this is now the closest battle on the track, while everyone else is... Well, Smokey and Euro are close together as well, but let's just see how Fury can get past Nexus. Or will Fury peel in the pits? Or will Fury peel in the pits before Dan does? Oh, as I click my leg. Peaceful's clear of his pits, and away.
It won't be a lap down though, Overtaker's not careful.
You will be, but you get that lap down back when they pit, because you've got to be careful coming out the pit so here, because it spits you right out in the line. Fury did not pit yet. As you can see, Ugbar stayed on the correct side of the pit exit, The game should have actually told Fury there was a car exiting pit lane as well. As Gary's now a lap behind, holding up.
And Barber jumped Gary in the pit as well.
Less damage. I believe Gary had more damage from his little incident with Jamie. Because Jamie's now currently last behind Ugbar, so Jamie had a lot of damage on his car.
Mm.
Dan is slowly starting to wind Overtaker back in.
Just a little bit.
Fury's stuck behind Nexus, as Nexus is trying to lap Gary.
Nexus is through on Gary.
And as now Fury got to get past the big bad Bentley. But it's such a nice Bentley. Oh, Fury's on the grass! Oh, Fury!
Well held.
Well held, didn't spin it. That's Empalava. Empalava is around. He's got to wait for the whole pack to go past. Oh. Very narrow.
Overtaker and Empalava changed the livery. It seems different.
No, I think it's just the lighting here at Brands.
Maybe.
Because Overtaker's still, Overtaker's still red, whilst Peaceful goes on to mow the lawn in a Ferrari lawnmower. Oh, he was letting Dan past. Dan has caught Empalava. Not Empalava, Overtaker. Who we were tipping for race 1 win, though? Who we gotta give curse of the commentator?
I think it depends on the pit strat. You know, I'd love to see Dan get the win and close the gap to De Silva, but I'm not sure where it's going to go with terms of pit lane and getting back through the pack again, with lap cars and getting involved, etc.
Yeah, because it's only our average 1 minute 25 a lap for the pros. More than likely, you lose a minute and a bit in the pits, and the further back you are. So who's going to blink first, Overtaker or an Orthodubs for peeling into the pit lane? No.
Dan seems to have closed up on him quite a bit now.
I believe it's because Overtaker was getting held up by Peaceful to lap him. As De Silva has blinked and entered pit road. Pit road. So I watch American racing like IMSA and NASCAR.
Fury's in.
Fury coming in, thinking, and Sutty. And Sutty looked really quick coming into pits then. And here and there and everywhere.
We won't find out if they've got a penalty to after they've been dropped, so we'll have to wait and see on that one.
This is Smokey's 200th race start.
Well.
Yeah. Smokey's 200th race start, not bad currently in P4. Sutty's probably not actually practiced much this week, because work commitments and everything.
I had to be honest, I hadn't practiced this week anyway, on the basis that
as we jump to the lead battle,
I wouldn't be around.
As we jump to the lead battle between Unorthodox and Overtaker. Overtaker launching it over Dingledale. I mean Sheen, as it's known as.
Fury's on the
Dingledale's still there, but it's not a corner anymore, is it?
No, it's a little straight between there and
I remember in
Westfield.
The 90s being a little chicane. Well, it was not, even though it was a chicane, but you didn't actually take it as a chicane.
Yeah, you used to see the Super Tourers launching it over the curbs, like we do at Not Kill. So De Silva is the highest person who has pitted in P5. The top 4 have not pitted, so that's Overtaker.
Flashing fatty there, trying to get out of the way. But as we know, GT rules, he doesn't have to move out of the way.
Maybe, but next season we might have the F1 rules where you do.
We have to see. I know there's normally an admin chat in the team to discuss what went well, what didn't go well, etc. But that
Sutty held his line
as well.
But will Sutty let Dan through as quick? Indeed. As Euro is now on the back of Peaceful, we've got to...
Sutty move straight out of the way.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on the lead battle, because that's what everyone wants to see, but I am watching the split times between Peaceful and Euro.
Second.
I've got that on my screen now. Then
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the
it looks
leads.
bigger in a second.
As with blue flags waving from the marshal posts as they go under the bridge, which is the road basically to the medical centre. Very nice medical centre, actually. I've been in there. Mostly to use the toilet when I was marshalling, or going through clearways when we ran the stage rally. That's Snetterton. Dan has pitted
Different circuit there, mate.
at Brands. I've marshalled at a rally at Brands as well. The marshal huts are very, very useful for having a little gas stove in. They keep the wind out, as Dan has come to his box. Overtaker's now probably going to try and push like hell to get in front, stay in front.
Is Overtaker going to catch any back marker between now? No, I don't think he's close enough to.
The next
The car in
back
front of him
is Fury. The next car in front of him is Fury to lap him.
But do you tell Fury to back off a bit and hold Overtaker up a little bit? Legally, of course.
Well, yeah, it's legal. As Nexus is now in P2. Smokey's now in his box. Sounds like Dan is away and coming out.
Close to film
De Silva may have caught a little bit on Dan.
Closer than it looked coming out the pit lane.
As I jump to Nexus, currently in net P2, but he's still got a pox and do his tyre change. As has Overtaker. Overtaker going long, still 10 minutes of the window left to run. Here at Brands Hatch for race 1. Ow. Sorry.
The Silver is very close on the back of Dan.
Yeah.
Euro 3/10 from P4 as well.
As I will jump to the Dan De Silva battle. This is a couple of positions in the championship without Matt being here to finish the season because of work commitments. De Silva it looked like the McLaren's better on this set of tyres than the set that De Silva chose for race 1 for his first stint. As I keep an eye on the 14, Fury has looked like he has backed off to hold up Overtaker a little bit. Dan's
Maybe
a little bit wide in the Clark.
Is that Fury's pace or is that just Overtaker being that much quicker?
Difficult to say, really, without looking at the lap times. As I will briefly jump to the Overtaker about to lap Fury.
If you're Overtaker here, you've got to jump in the pits, I think.
Yeah, which he does. He must be listening to. He's hit the wall hard coming into the pits. That's one way to slow down to 31 mile an hour. Just smack it in the wall.
That could give Dan the lead if he's got that much damage. If he decides to repair it.
If he decides to repair it. I got damaged very late stages last night and I should have pitted to repair it, but I would have lost the top 6 finish. Nexus has also come into the pits. Right, as we jump to Dan with De Silva breathing down his neck as we head.
Well.
Yeah. This could be the net battle for the race lead where Overtaker comes out.
I'll keep an eye on Overtaker, let you know when he moves.
Yeah. Dan De Silva. Overtaker is down on the ground. He's
plenty of gap.
Huge gap. I don't think he's repaired the car.
Must have kind of done that bit. Even that is.
There's a much bigger gap than when they came into the pits.
Under or just over a second to 9.5 seconds. 8 second gap. 8 seconds of the pit stop.
That's very interesting.
But he's gone green, so did Dan have damage that we didn't know about?
I don't believe so. As De Silva goes down the inside of Dan, it looked like Dan is letting De Silva lead the charge for a little bit. Oh, we're side by side, it's very close. As they head in towards Hawthorns. De Silva's passed. But
Dan's got right inside though.
but it's now dropped to 5-6 seconds of the lead. It could be
back in front.
Dan's back in front. These two don't need to trip up each other. They need to work together now to catch Overtaker.
I think Dan's more interested in keeping next, sorry, not next, to Silver behind him rather than catching Overtaker. So ultimately, he's fighting next to the championship, not Overtaker.
Well, Nexus is 20 seconds behind Dan, as Dan is 6.8 seconds now behind Overtaker. Nexus is doing really well for 4th place. 4 seconds in front of Fury. This is the closest battle now on track, is between Unorthodox and De Silva. Let's see if they can work together though, with 11 minutes of the race left to run, and wind in Overtaker. As De Silva got a better run coming through Graham Hill.
Oh, Fury's gone wide.
As Fury in 5th has got ran wide. As I concentrate on this battle for 2nd place.
The gap's rather spread out. I mean, the closest battle, with the exception of Unorthodox and De Silva, is peaceful. It's 1.4 gap to Euro. Everything else is rather strung out by 3 or more seconds.
Overtaker's off! Overtaker's off! As I catch on stream, that's closed the battle up for the lead nicely.
Oh, now we have a race on.
Now we have a race with 10 minutes left. But McLaren is very good around here. Very good. But has Overtaker picked up any damage? Has he hit the wall?
Could be accidentally caused by the damage he got from pit lane.
Indeed, and we're not fixing it. Overtaker, pad user, like Big Boy Brazier, myself, Smithy, my teammate Daz Automatic, who has got a wheel and will be moving to wheel, probably for the PS5 stuff. And now we have a battle for the lead between the Overtaker. As I jumped to Silver, yeah, he's lost out a little bit on Unorthodox. Piesel's catching his teammate with Euro as a three-way Ferrari fight. If someone want to keep an eye on Sutty, Peaceful and Euro. As I keep... Overtaker's pulled out by a second because Dan has his mirrors filled of a chrome McLaren. De Silva's getting very frustrated behind him as well, but probably won't make a lunge. I might have fingered that Overtaker's running the car really light. As he
Possibly.
can.
I know sometimes I run the car light and fuel.
Peaceful's had a bit of a wobble. I think Euro's going to get through.
As we now go to the Peaceful. Yep, Euro has passed. Peaceful Explosion.
But by running the car light, it means you lose time in the pit stops by adding the fuel. So I think if you add anything over 20 litres, you get 0.5 of a second per litre.
No.
So much.
I put 40 litres in last night and it was still 30-second stop on the Ferrari.
Yeah, no, if you add too much fuel, it adds time on. I think you under a certain amount is fine. If you start like the main race later this evening, if you add say 50 litres, then you add time onto your pit stop.
No, I've done that before as well. I've added 50 and it didn't add any time. The only time I've had it is when I've been hit by a wayward car. Gary's struggling. This is very, very young Gary. Here,
because Matt's not there and he's struggling for being the only Bentley on the field. Maybe that's where he's struggling. Maybe.
Yeah, because Alex never said he was confirming he was going to race or not, and not turned up. Yorkshire Mika declined in the Bentley Bullies. Sekulovic is working. Yeah, no idea what's happening with Gary. As Silver, I'll go back to De Silva and Dan. As De Silva hunts down the Lamborghini. Overtaker is pulling away again, so he can't have that much damage to the car. Euro's now on the back of Sutty Apex. As I just check. Matt's just asked is Kieran in with me. As I say, yes.
I don't know why you've asked that, because we've reached a perfect me as well.
So we've got 2 battles on track between Sutty and Euro and for P6. Not a bad showing for Sutty. If he finishes there, he doesn't have to qualify for race 2. Because it'll be top 7 cannot qualify. Yeah. Overtaker's got the pace currently here in race 1. He's obviously... De Silva's still probably now getting very, very bored of the back end of a Lamborghini of unorthodox. Oh, Dan's lost it! Oh! Through Sheen. Oh, that was a big one. Luckily, I've not hit anything. English, Phil. Thank you. That probably be that battle diffused for now, as we go to the Fury. As a cameraman, yep, Fury, Sutty and Euro. So Sutty and Euro are closing in on Fury for 5th place. Fury's on the grass.
I think he's struggling a bit.
As now he's got Sutty's white McLaren, which looks... Ferrari, which looks silver. I should know that car, because I've been driving it all season.
It's down the log all down.
Oh! Was that a lag bump by Euro into Sutty? It looked like it was a bit of lag. It was a lag bump. As I check my ping. My ping's only 31, so... As I now go on to Sutty Apex in the Ferrari for SimPlay Racing. Euro having a little look in his grey Ferrari. More Ferraris in Pro than there is Pro-Am. And these are all the Evos as well, unlike in Pro-Am.
Pit window is now closed.
As the pit window is shut, but everyone's pitted anyway and done their mandatory tyres change. Oh. Can Sutty wind back in Fury, as Dan is now 2 seconds off the back of De Silva. Can De Silva catch Overtaker with 5 minutes just to go? But as Murray Walker once said, catching is one thing, passing is quite another, particularly here at Brands Hatch.
I was about to say you beat me to it, as you said last night. It's hard to overtake around here.
Yeah, it's a very old-fashioned... Well, Brands Hatch opened in 1924 originally as a kidney bean shape for bike racing.
It's a bike of track, isn't it? It's not a car. I think it's more suited for the bikes than cars.
I can think of another track that's more suited for bikes and cars. Cadwell.
Yeah.
Cadwell Park is not really good for cars. Also owned by MSV.
Yeah.
They do have car
A
races.
bit of time on De
Car
Silva.
racing at another MSV track at Donington Park this weekend. Or next weekend, one of the two.
It's this weekend because most of the league will be at British touring cars. Hence why Formula 1 will not be with you on Sunday. This week, it will be the Sunday after when we will go to Brazil.
Last round race of the season.
No, it's the penultimate round of the season.
Okay.
We've still got Abu Dhabi as after that. But it's been pushed back.
I wasn't best pleased on Sunday, rushing home from being away, or rushing home from London to get taken out on the first before I got to turn 1. So,
yeah,
fun.
I had a really good race 1. I got hit by Smithy, and I hit the same wall I hit a year ago in the 2021 cars. I think I can still see my red paint there from before. As we will now go to Sutty. Euro. Sutty seems to have a little bit of a measure on Euro. As we're now in the final 3 minutes. Overtaker with a 3.6 second lead. Has De Silva made a mistake? Or is... But it'll be interesting once we get the drivers in for interviews from race 1. Our top 3 will join us. Which is quite handy because one of them's Dan. As Sutty is 9.9. Ooh, Sutty touched the grass. Sutty's on the grass. Sutty.
Silver's off.
Oh, yep. As I jumped into Silver, Dan's now on De Silva. De Silva is our current championship leader from Matt. But Matt now not here for the final 2 races of the season due to work. Nexus doing really well in 4th place. So far, driver of the race is Nexus in 4th. Who's with me with that verdict?
Thinking about it.
Thinking about it. Processing, loading.
Yeah.
Gary has moved up to 9. Jamie said he was struggling here though when talking to him during the week.
Dan's spun.
Oh, Dan has spun. Oh!
Nexus has passed, I believe.
Let me have a look. No, that's Akbar gone past. Nexus hasn't gone past yet.
We have a weird place to spin there though, between Graham Hill and
30s.
You tend to lose a bit of grip towards the end of a race, though, don't you?
I did notice that last night, that the grip around here, even though the tyres are meant to last an hour, it just drops.
It's not really a place you get much of a rest here, I'd imagine. Of where it's quite full on and quite.
There's no real.
In front of them.
There's no real straight here at Brands Hatch. It's a bit like.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you
There's
can.
all the battles. As DJ Phil commented on YouTube, hi, love the race, go down for the win. Maybe race 2.
Yeah.
Because Overtaker's now in another postcode in the lead, but he is throwing the car around. If he does that and spins, that would not look good by just throwing it around. But it could be because being on controller. As the closest battle is Jamie and Gary, and Sutty's dropped off. I believe Sutty is now moved out of being able to qualify. Will be able to now qualify. Oh. And evening to my teammate Daz. Welcome to the YouTube chat. Otherwise I got my hiccups. That's because I downed a load of drink before coming live. Sutty defending. Jamie having a look as I go to the overtaker as it will to cross the line for the finish of this race, first race here at Brands Hatch.
Gary's lost it.
Gary's lost it, yeah. Oh, Empalava slowed down to be lapped by his teammate. It's going to be a Vata buff out photo finish, but a lap apart. Overtaker wins. De Silva comes home in 2nd. Does Dan survive to come 3rd? Dan looked like he really is struggling at the end of this race with the Lamborghini being all Italian. Dan in 3rd. Nexus though. P4 for Nexus. Brilliant race for him here at Brands. In the Audi. In the Monster Energy Audi. Monster. Not having another can of that today. One's enough. Fury slides sideways a little bit through Clark. Fury crosses the line in 5th place. Peaceful Explosion in 6th. Euro in 7th. That's our top. Does Sutty survive? Sutty hit Clipman Jamie. I believe Jamie just got Sutty on the line. He did.
I've got to update the table back because I've started putting positions in to the table,
Yep.
but now I need to put that one. So I'll finish
Gary 10th. Smokey comes home in 11th. Empalava with lap behind in 12th, and Ugbar in 13th. So race 1 result is Overtaker to Silver, and Orthodubs, Nexus, Fury, Peaceful Explosion, Euro, Big Boy Brazier, Sutty, Gary, Smokey, Empalava, and Ugbar. And the top 7 cannot qualify. As We will now go to a break, and we will see you in.
No more gas in the rig. Nothing heard, nothing said. Out my life, out my head. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort. Nothing heard, nothing said. Out my life, out my head. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort. We're in the city of wonder and complete nights. nothing said. Out my life, out my head. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort. Turn on your brake lights. We're in the city of wonder and complete nights. Watch out, you might just go under. Better think twice. Your train of thought will be altered. So if you was fall to be wise, your mind is in disturbia. It's like a darkness is the light. Disturbia. Am I scaring you tonight? Disturbia. Ain't you to what you like? Disturbia. No more gas in the rig. Nothing heard, nothing said. Out my life, out my head. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort. Turn on your brake lights. We're in the city of wonder and complete nights. Watch out, you might just go under. Better think twice. Your train of thought will be altered. So if you was fall to be wise, your mind is in disturbia. It's like a darkness is the light. Disturbia. Am I scaring you tonight? Disturbia. Ain't you to what you like? Disturbia. No more gas in the rig. Nothing heard, nothing said. Out my life, out my head. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort. Turn on your brake lights. We're in the city of wonder and complete nights. Watch out, you might just go under. Better think twice. Your train of thought will be altered. So if you was fall to be wise, your mind is in disturbia. It's like a darkness is the light. Disturbia. Am I scaring you tonight? Disturbia. Ain't you to what you like? Disturbia. No more gas in the rig. Nothing heard, nothing said. Out my life, out my head. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside
2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SimPlay Motorsport. We have our, third and first in from race 1 for a chat. We'll go over to Another Dubs. Dan, how was your race 1?
Stressful, basically. My eyes are hurting, my wrists are hurting. Other than that, yeah, it was a good one. It wasn't too bad. I knew I didn't have the pace of the two McLarens, but either way, I'll take a third place. I feel like this championship is slowly slipping away. But either way, we'll keep going.
You seem to start struggling at the end of the race. What was happening to the car?
Pressures went all over the shot. I don't know what happened, especially the right-hand side, where it gets less stress. So I guess I just kind of got the pressures wrong when I came into the pits. Yeah, it seemed alright. It was just I didn't have no confidence. Most people know, I did the 4 hours of brands with Matt. I did it in the McLaren, so I know how good this car is around here. I just did not have the same confidence in the Lamborghini. It's just too twitchy, too short. But it is what it is. I'll take a third place. And De Silva and I had a great little scrap, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it looked quite a good battle. Do you think you can still get this championship, or is it slowly slipping away?
Well, I know for a fact Overtaker's not here for Mazzano, which is a shame. It would have been nice for 3 drivers to go to the end. I basically need De Silva to have a horrendous race now, and I need to win it to be realistically in the title. But I can only do what I can do. There's only not much left really on the tables in this car around here. I know for a fact Mazzano, this Lamborghini, is very, very good around there. But it's mainly looking at constructors, and right now with no Matt around, Gary just to catch, and Overtaker not making Mazzano either, it is literally just focus on the constructors with Fury and see if FU Racing can win its first constructors. But that's all I can do. And again, a massive congratulations to Overtaker. He just had the better car, the better pace around here, and I just had no answer for him.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks for that, Dan. And now we'll move to our race 1 winner, Overtaker. Welcome back to the podium.
Yeah, hello mate, nice to be back.
So, how you had everything in the bag really with that race 1, apart from when you hit the wall going into the bits, which we caught.
Yeah, Dan kept me honest for the first stint, first couple of laps. He was right behind me, one little mistake from me and he would have passed me. I saw him jumping into the pits, so I pushed for 2 laps quite a lot, as you see, into the pit lane as well. I managed to get some damage, and with the damage you have the setting to repair it or not, and I was just panically clicking the button to not repair it, but the pit window and the pit lane is so short that I only managed to cancel the damage repair, so that made me stay ahead of Dan. And then it was cruising till the end, and of course I made a mistake. I lost my confidence and focus. I spin around, but managed to avoid the wall, get onto the track just in time to be in front of Dan and De Silva, and then it was just another quick lap till the finish line.
Yeah, you're probably going to be starting quite near the back once all these guys are qualified, so hopes for race 1.
Yeah, realistically,
Race
I
2,
have zero hopes for this race, because I just can't catch a break in this race to start. I always start at the back, and someone always manages to catch me, or I manage to catch someone else. But I'll try to be cautious as always, try to avoid any contact, and made my lap times when I have clear air.
Anyway, good luck for race 2, and maybe see you in here after then, as you miss Mazzano for last time this season.
Yeah, that's the dream, I hope to be back in the second race, but I don't make any promises. And congrats to Dan and De Silva as well. Great racing. They kept me honest all the race, but I had a little bit more pace in the race 1. We'll see what's going to happen in race 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, at the moment, currently your teammate's on pole, so for race 2.
Yeah, he's always on pole, but he manages to screw it up always, so I'm going to give him some encouraging words.
It's right there.
this time around.
Yeah, okay. Cheers, Overtaker. Catch you in a bit. Good luck.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Bye.
Right.
Kieran, I believe you've updated the championship tables.
Yeah.
If you'd like to run
as
through
it
them.
stands, going into the last 3 rounds of the season, there's only 4 drivers now within a shot of winning the title. As we know, Matt Himrich is no longer racing this season due to work commitments, so technically it's down to 3. And as we know from that interview that Overtaker's missing next week as well, so essentially it's down to the final 2 on all other than De Silva. So as it stands, De Silva has a 36-point gap over Matt Himrich, a 53-point gap over Overtaker. Sorry, a 25. Oh, no, yeah, right. So 25 points from Overtaker, 36 from Matt, 44 from Dan. They're the only 4 that can win the title now with 9 points remaining. So they've right in terms of points, but yeah, there's only 3 rounds left of the season, so it comes down essentially to the final 2 once this season is done and dusted with.
We like it when a championship comes down to the wire.
I'll just shut down the app. In fact, I'll give you the teams as well. A few more drop out of the title chase now, with coming to the end of the season. Big Boy Bravia is now out of the title race. He can no longer win a title, as well as Gary, Fury, and Plava. I think all dropped out on that one. Going over to the teams championship, it's still the Jaeger Motorsport on 557 points. FU Racing back on 535, 22 points behind. Battle Buff-Out Racing on 524, 33 points behind. And somewhere or another, Michael Matthews Mango Lassie on 425 points, 132 back. It's unlikely that the Audis will get up there, but they say they're still in the fight for the moment.
Yeah. And currently on provisional pole is Gary. And if he gets there, that will be his 25th pole here at SimPlay. And for race 2 will be McLaren's 400th race start. Is some milestones coming up?
Yeah, been going a while now, so there's a few higher numbers on that list for the drivers as well as the teams and all the manufacturers.
We don't have to worry about Gary getting his 25th pole. Impalava's just 1.6 of a second faster.
And Big Boy's just gone quicker again.
Gone quicker than Gary as well to push Gary back down to 3rd, which means Gary has now come stampeding at the pit lane to get one more. He will get round in time.
He'll just get round when he a minute and a half left.
He will get round in time. Let's see what Sutty can do as he comes across the line to move up to P4 for Sutty Apex. Not bad by Sutty. Who hasn't gone out and done a lap? No, that's about right.
How many did you say couldn't qualify?
Top 7 couldn't qualify. So that would have been Overtaker, Silver, Dan.
Yeah, there's 7
Nexus,
cars there not gone out, so that would be right.
Fury, Mike, and Euro. As we go to Impalowski, as he rounds Sterling's with the tree, not the scary
Just
tree though.
Back to Gary, as much as he's trying to set a quick lap time, he's got a smoky devil in front of him. Also on a qualifying lap, so I don't really see it going in Gary's favour.
Gary's not on a clean lap yet anyway, but looking at his dot.
He's 2 corners from the end, and he's got Smokey about half a second in front of him.
Impalava does get another lap in here at Brands Hatch, as he's wide. That's it, that's his qualifying done at Paddock Hill, as he's in the deep gravel and return to pits. Gary has Akbar behind him. Oh,
Gary slowed down and warmed the tyres up a bit more.
Yep.
Akbar goes miles wide in the background.
As Sutty now comes to the line, he will get enough time to get enough.
Apex.
Sutty moves up to P2. That's not a bad lap by Sutty, and he's now done. He's probably thinking, right, put it in the garage, don't touch it. As the first person to set their qualifying lap will be Smoky Devil.
And Gary's pulled out, backed out of it.
And Gary's backed out of it. That's Gary done. So the only person left to qualify will be Sutty Apex. Not Sutty Apex, Smoky Devil. I will get the right driver name. Smoky, who's now on 201 race starts here at SimPlay, is Smoky Devil. And there's no F1 this week again. The next time you see any that's it.
He's off.
Smokey has done, and that's our qualifying. We've got Impalava on pole, Sutty Apex second, Big Boy Brazier third, Gary 131 in fourth, Smoky Devil in fifth, and Ugbar in sixth. Get your votes in now for who will in chat for who will win race 2, and I will move to my co-commentators. Tony, who are you tipping for a race 2 win?
Where he's
After
so
again,
quick.
the second
I've got to say De Silva.
Yep. Okay. Kieran.
Based on race 1, you can't look past Overtaker and De Silva, but I think it's going to depend who can get through the pack the quickest and necessarily cleanest as well.
Who do I give the commentator curse to? Because it will be. I'm just going to say, I'm going to go for De Silva as well.
That was an evil laugh.
You have no idea, mate. As the cars now make their final prep, doing a wheelie under the bridge with 30 seconds left of the clock. As you see the cars strip down, Impalava leaving it to the last possible second to keep his tyres warm. That's one thing I noticed. Even with 30 seconds dropping the car down, your tyres went cold quick here.
10 seconds.
For our feature race, our 1 hour race of pounding around in Kent.
It's going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long physical race, this one. There's no real straights where you can relax and take one hand off the wheel and just sort of stretch it out. As our we start with a rolling start, Impalava leading the pack. As the drivers do 43 miles an hour because I am Imperial. Dun dun. Yep, we get the idea. Imperial March for Star Wars. As 13 lovely GT3 cars here at Brands, and they do actually race GT3s here in reality, hence why the track's in the game.
Green light. Go, go, go.
It's go for race 2. Sutty's alongside Impalava going into Paddock Hill. Oh, that's like nice chop back there. And is there any carnage behind? If someone keep an eye.
There is, yeah. People made a lunge up the inside of De Silva there.
As I keep an eye. No, Jamie and Sutty getting a bit close. Peaceful's on the grass and right at the back, so poor Peaceful.
Yeah, Peaceful went for a dive up the inside.
Ugbar has hit Overtaker. Euro is on the grass. I believe Ugbar's about to quit from the race. Is he going to quit from the race? Let's see if so. He's returned to pits already. If he retires, that's another qualifying ban. But it's technically free retirement, so therefore it's a race bat. It's the point deduction. As we jump back to the lead, when the cameraman finds it,
he's gone.
Yeah, Ugbar has quit. That is a retirement. So I will just quickly
off again.
Yeah, Overtaker's got damage now from Ugbar. I'm just going to quickly note that in the steward's chat that Ugbar has retired from race 2. So
Silver's up into 6th.
The Silver's already going for it.
Yeah, just I was about to say before Ugbar went is that people tried making a lunge up the inside of the Silver into Druid. Looked like he got half and half on the grass and maybe missed his braking point slightly. I don't know. It's hard to say from the third party camera, but that's probably what triggered everything going on behind him as well.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is a narrow circuit, and Druids is a tight corner.
Especially on the open lap with many GT3 cars going up the hill.
And very cold tyres and very cold brakes. The coldest things will be the brakes. Who's that off coming down Hawthorne Hill towards Hawthorns as Sutty sitting on the back of Empalava. Gary in third with Big Boy Brazier in fourth. Smoky Devil up in P6. De Silva's P5. De Silva in P6. Nexus P7, another solid outing so far for Nexus. And all for to say, Fury's rallycrossing. Oh, he's in the ball.
You get Air Fury again?
Yeah, no, it was Rallycross Fury this time. Fury Rallycross. Peaceful in 10th, Euro 11th, Overtaker in last, looking like he does have quite a bit of damage, and hoping that pit window opens in 16 minutes' time. As we jump back to his teammate in Avata Buff Out Racing with Empalava from Sutty Apex. Gary 131 now in third. I'm going to keep an eye.
Silver's got past Smoky Devil.
Yep, De Silva now. Ooh, Nexus has got him as well. Past Smoky. And Dan.
Is Smoky being sensible knowing that that's not his battle, maybe?
Don't hold your breath. You've raced Smoky, I've raced Smoky in the F1. Unfortunately, he's your teammate in Alpine, isn't he? As well. Smoky's talking in game chat then, or does you just see his name pop up in the side? As Euro's 10th. Yep, Fury's now at the back. Probably with quite a heavily damaged Lamborghini. Are you sure these are Lamborghinis and not Ferraris? Because they seem to be falling apart. As he says, as someone who actually likes Ferrari, and yeah. Satio keeping Empalava on us at 0.7 of a second behind until we hit the start-finish line and changes. Gary got Jamie.
Won't make it easy for anybody to
Gary's been third for a while now.
Gary is still in P3, but got Jamie in close company.
I think this one could come down to pit stops, personally. The way it's gone at the start of this one so far, not many changes in position.
No,
With
as
a quicker drive in the
Dan
mid-pack.
is having a little look at Nexus for P6. Dan with his headlights ablaze on his Lambo. Oh, Nexus is wide. He's technically should stay out there. Dan, yeah. Dan's through. Dan up to P6. Nexus in P7. It's a gaggle of cars here for a peaceful, smoky, peaceful overtake a Euro. This could be dicey here for and there. Peaceful's having a little look at Smoky. They're best friends, really. Well, they're not. If you look in the stewards chat sometimes. And remember, if you want to join in for next season. Oh, that's Dan off. Dan is off. As he waits for the field to go past. Yep. As he joins in front of his teammate Fury. This is not what Dan needs for race 2. He needs to score the points on De Silva. And with De Silva currently P5, it could be really hard task going into Misano next week.
I'm going to try and have a look what that will do to the championship with Dan as it stands and
De Silva currently we're going to get live championship positioning here. And remember, chat, if you vote for your driver of the day, again, carry on with your predictions for race 1.
Is currently in 5th place, am I right in that one?
Yeah, he's currently in 5th, yeah. So I'm going to go back to the smoky piece. The smoke. Oh, Overtaker's got in front of Peaceful. And then. I'm getting tongue tied again. Well done, Phil. As he is hunting down Smoky Devil. He's going to have a little jink to look into Hawthorns. And now they head towards Westfield. Overtaker having another little look. Peaceful in close proximity. Dan is back on them. So Dan did not damage the car. But they are in a smoky train. Through Sheens into
As it
Sterling's.
stands, sorry, just to interrupt. As it
Yeah.
stands, Dan is 1 point short. Dan survived by a point in this championship.
Yeah.
So we're 52 points to play for. Dan is 51 points behind as it stands.
As Smokey does a power move round the outside of Smokey Devil, through down the Brabham Straight and round the outside into Paddock Hill. Does he keep it on the track? He does. Good move by Overtaker. That was a quality overtake by the Overtaker. As Nexus is not that far in front, Dan is having a look at Peaceful Explosion. As they enter Graham Hill Bend, as Sutty is still within a second behind of Impalava, but Gary is now closing in. This is McLaren's 400th race start here at SimPlay Motorsport. That's including Project Cars 2, I believe, and not F1. This is still the closest battle on the race, with Overtaker now going to pull away, one would think. Yeah, he's behind Nexus already.
Yeah, well, Dan now up to 10th. It gives the Silver a 50-point gap with 52 points remaining.
Yeah, no point for fastest lap currently because there's no way to check.
Apologies, I've looked at that completely wrong. Oh no, yeah, just right. I have looked right. Yeah. Overtaker will be 10 points left to play for, whereas Dan's got 2.
Oh, Peaceful's on the grass as the opening Dan needs to get past him, and he's done so. As Euro now has a little look heading into Paddock Hill. Gary is now up to P2. We've completely missed that. Apologies, as we're watching that back.
Past Jamie.
Yeah, De Silva's got past Jamie. He's now right behind Sutty Apex. De Silva in his Vodafone McLaren livery from the late 2000s McLaren. Particularly, well, and early 2010s as well, when they had Vodafone sponsorship. Those who don't know that, I watch a lot of real-life motor racing, cars and bikes. Mostly British superbikes.
Yeah, hopefully we watch a little bit more of that this year. I did go off British superbikes for a couple of seasons, but this season looks to be a good one.
Overtaker's now in front of Nexus as he fights back, but 6.8 seconds behind Big Boy Brazier. Dan is up to 9th, but so Peaceful staying in front of Euro. Little Ferrari battle going here. They're not teammates, they're in different teams. Dan's probably now getting frustrated being behind Smokey. Oh, what was Nexus doing? That was an interesting line through Paddock Hill. As he's now very wide. As I'm keeping an eye on the lead gap.
Jamie's got back in front of the
Dan ran the outside of... Dan got the inside of Smokey. But Smokey does give him a nudge.
That's about normal. So Jamie is back in front of De Silva. With Sutty in front, not far away either. Overtaker is slowly pulling away from Nexus as he hunts down De Silva. And Overtaker will be missing Mazzano next week as he is on holiday. Hey, everyone's entitled to a holiday. I wonder where he's going. I hope it's somewhere nice.
Did you not say in the comms box that during the break?
It might have been when I went to use the facilities here in my house. Well, I say my house, family house.
As Smokey goes round, I don't know if that's contact from Dan or whether that's...
He does have damage on the car. But I wouldn't believe Dan would have pushed Smokey off, would you?
Not intentionally, no, I wouldn't have thought.
More than likely,
Close the door.
More than likely, Smokey slammed the door shut, and there was a Lamborghini in the way.
the way the car went off, it went off sideways into the corner after, the left hand right before you come back into clear.
Smokey was sideways then, so he's now pushing. We've got to cook the tyres as we've got to wait another 8 minutes till the window opens. Sutty is doing a Sutty train right now.
Fury's got past Smokey.
Yeah, asking Smokey was off the road.
If the Silver dropped back behind Jamie Brave as well.
Yeah, Jamie got back in front of De Silva, but De Silva clearly has a faster car than both the Ferrari and the Audi as they head towards Dingledale. Not Dingledale. Someone's got a PlayStation message or notification because I just heard it.
That's because Matt's just come online.
Ah, he's come on his phone, has he? Gary is slowly... That's less than a second. Gary is less than a second behind Empalava, the sole Jaeger Motorsport driver in his Bentley. That's 0.5 of a second. Gary is on it. In the big...
Jamie's got a nose up the inside of Fatty into Drury.
Yeah, as I will go to that. Sutty turning in on Jamie. De Silva's taking a step back thinking, yeah, I'm just going to let you two fall over each other. I'll wait here, thank you. Oh, Jamie turned in on Sutty a little bit through Graham Hill. De Silva's now up the inside of Jamie.
Thought better of it.
Yeah, Jamie and Sutty Holden. Jamie a pad user, so...
Fatty could be a pad user as well. You never know with Fatty. He likes a bit of both.
Yeah, he likes mixing it up, does our old Sutty Apex. Dario is right on the tail. I will jump to the lead battle with Gary and Palavsky. Oh no, it's Palavans holding on in the McLaren. Two British cars in inverted commas, even though the Bentley's technically owned by VW. And the McLaren has a Mercedes engine in it. Until they built them in-house. As we got race 2, closer battles than there was race 1, but we're still 5 minutes away from the pit windows wide open. As Gary now drops back by a second from Empalava, so that battle is currently on the back burner. We will move back to the Sutty Jamie De Silva battle, and Overtaker's joined in on here. And there, as I will take a brief drink. Kieran?
Yeah, the Overtaker have joined the party, as they say. And he looks up the inside, make a move on to Silver. I don't think they're there, all in close proximity to one another.
Dan's moved up. Sorry, Dan's moved back up to P7 in the and Peaceful's only 0.9 behind Nexus, so I'll briefly have a little look at that. Euro in P10, Fury's 2 seconds behind Euro. As we go back to the closest battle on track, Sutty Apex sideways through Sheen. Yeah, has he been copying the teammate Des as well? He likes throwing his car around. Gary has dropped right back from Impalava. But now he's 2 seconds behind. Jamie having a little look down the inside through Clark Curve. Down the Brabham Straight, which isn't straight. Does the Audi have the horsepower? He's still there. Still there. Sutty turned in a little bit onto Jamie, but Jamie was further enough alongside. De Silva now getting in on Sutty. Again, De Silva's far enough alongside for the pass. And Sutty loses 2 places in 2 corners. There's this, and here's the Overtaker. Now he's now going to have a little look at Sutty Apex. Into Surtees as they come down Hawthorne Hill towards Hawthorne Bend.
Like I said at the start of the race, it's going to be difficult for the quicker driver to get through. So, as we're seeing, they're struggling to get away from the main pack.
Yep. as Sutton touches the grass a little bit, and is that an opportunity? Oh, overtake and spin as touch Sutty, and he's let Sutty pull away again.
And I've noticed if Gary's dropped back from Emplava as well.
Yeah, I did mention that. As now it's Jamie versus De Silva for P3 for final step on the podium here at Brands Hatch, but we've still got a very long way to go in this race.
Overtaker on the outside. Not going to work there.
No, not going to work there. As Fury is on the back of Smoky Devil, looking at the mini map. As I will go back to the Big Boy Brazier. The Big Boy Brazier versus De Silva battle. De Silva down the inside into Druids, and he has passed for car 55 for this season, which is normally Matt's number, but Matt's running at number 1. Is De Silva.
Will they be swapping numbers come into the season?
Indeed. I personally think the champion should wear the number 1. I do.
You're fucking struggling, I'm not going to lie.
Fury, he's probably thinking about his car again. His real car. Gary put 2.9 seconds now off the back of Empalava. Maybe Empalava made a mistake and that's why Gary caught up. Jamie running a little bit wide through Westfield. Oh, I see gravel being kicked up ahead. It could have been Gary. Oh, how does anyone do this? Big Boy Brazier losing time now to Silva. That's more than a second. Sutty Apex with unorthodox now breathing down his neck. Overtaker's made a mistake and he's fallen behind Sutty and Dan. We did not see it.
Overtaker make it. I'm only guessing that the Overtaker try and make a road running outside and get it wrong.
Oh, Overtaker's on the gravel from Paddock Hill. You do not want to go on the gravel here at Brands Hatch. This is a narrow track, like most British tracks are, apart from Silverstone. And maybe Snetterton, because when Snetterton was extended, they made it so it's long enough to be international class. Dan having a look at Sutty. Oh, Dan hopping the curb.
Dan and Overtaker.
Bumper to bumper down the hill.
Trying to get Sutty.
Yeah. Dan and Overtaker side by side going into Hawthorne. Oh, they give each other room. That's lovely. As Sutty really is the cork in the bottle. He is Jarno Trulli. Those who watch F1 will get that reference as well with the Trulli drain. Or the,
Pit window is opening.
as pit window has opened, who will be the first to blink? Not Empalava.
Fury, I'd imagine.
Gary is in.
would say
Gary is
Fury.
in. Gary's hit the pit wall coming into the pits. You don't want to do that. It damages the car. So
Apex in.
Gary is our first pit caller, and I believe Sutty Apex has also come into the pits for Ferrari. And as is Nexus is pitted.
And Smokey as well.
Smoky Devil has also entered the pit lane.
Will Fury dive in as well? Yeah, Fury
Yes,
in as
he
well.
is.
Fury is in as well. So already we've got 5 pit callers as soon as the window opens, probably because most of them have a little bit of panel damage or aero or suspension. Sometimes though it's very hard. Have you noticed this with this? It's hard to see your pit box when other people are in the pits.
Yeah. Which would be, say, if we do run independence next year, if it's rumoured to be and being done so, it'd be even harder, be more cars in pit lane potentially.
As Empalava has a 4.3 second lead from De Silva. Jamie has been off the track because he's light blue. That means he's invalidated his lap. Empalava does not pit yet. Over to De Silva. Does Jamie come into the pits? Jamie is into the pits. Smokey's not. Smokey's not away, yo. Smokey's not moved.
Just going that Fury's away.
Fury's away. Smokey is away. So Jamie has timed that to perfection. And Peaceful's in.
Euro stays out.
Euro stays out. Peaceful Explosion is in the pits. As the closest battle on track is an Orthodubs and Overtaker. Why is it always these two? With 17 minutes of the window open.
Well, on my screen, I don't know if Overtaker's made a mistake, but I can't see Dan anywhere near him.
No, Dan's there. Dan is there. I'm watching Dan right now.
Ignore me. I'm looking at Emplar, but that'd be why.
You were looking at the wrong light brown McLaren.
Yeah.
That is my in commentary joke, by the way. Orange is brown. I've nicked it from the Grand Tour. Peaceful's still in the pits, so he must have a little bit of damage. I wouldn't be surprised. Nexus is off the road.
Emplar stays out.
Cameraman, come on. Yeah, Nexus has been off the road. Oh, there's that's Smoky Devil on the gravel. Oh, that's Fury. Oh, was that Fury? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Fury.
Overtaker's in.
Overtaker is in pits. He has got some damage. I wonder if he is going to fix it this time, though. Oh, the sound of the GT cars gone round the pits. This game sounds wonderful. Even though we're on the PS4 version here, we do have a PS5 league coming up for a little test season for British GT coming after the season finishes on a Monday. And I believe it's join Matthew Duffin and me in the comms box. As Impalava cannot pit, but he has got the slower car. Well, not slower car really. Peaceful's lost that time because of the pit stops. You lose like well over a minute pitting in GT, as there's a brake marker on the road. That's if this was NASCAR, they'd throw the yellow flag for that. They'll retrieve it. De Silva though has caught Impalava. De Silva in that lovely chrome McLaren, hunting down
Emplar's in.
Empalava boxes. De Silva now takes the net lead of this race. Still got a pit. Does Unorthodox peel into the pit lane to get his mandatory pit stop out of the way? No, he carries on. Does Euro make his come peel in for his mandatory pit stop? As track and air temperature slowly decrease. Jamie is still in front of Overtaker and Gary after their pit stops. I don't believe Overtaker's repaired his damage.
Jamie must have jumped Gary in the pit.
Yeah. Overtaker's still got his damage on the car, so he did not repair it. Sutty all on his own now on the track. He has his teammate some 6 seconds behind him, 7 seconds behind him. With Nexus in 10th, with Fury in front of him.
And Palmer's out. For the long... Well before Big Boy Rover gets round to meet him.
Yeah. Well, Palava had a nice, quite a comfortable lead, really, over them not scrapping in the mid-pack. So, Empalava's probably on a net podium here tonight for race 2. Wondering how he's figured out the game on, and he's not on the PC version. Our friend from Latvia, Empalava.
Silver stays out. Will Dan pit?
Will Dan box? Will Dan bring the No, Dan's out, stays out, but he's on the gravel. Will Euro pit? Euro stays out, also on the gravel. That must be the fastest line through Clark curve. We would have thought it. As next week we go to a circuit I have no idea what the corner names are called. And I'd probably need to find the guide to that off the internet, because
I can tell you which way it goes, but I couldn't tell you the corner names. I've done it multiple times on other games, just not this one.
Yeah, I played it on like Peaceful slowing to let the Silver through to lap him.
I'm happy to be back to reclaim third in the championship, but I'm not sure looking good at the diary.
Now, well, I believe in Pro-Am is a team battle for second between Tickle Pink, East West Motorsport, my team, and Audio Sport.
Yeah, say if I'm not able to race next week, I could drop. Bear in mind, I'll be up top 3 all that's most of the season. I could drop down to mid-pack if it goes the way it's going. Because I dropped off. You bear in mind, I may run race further round earlier in the season as well.
Does De Silva hasn't pitted yet? He's probably leaving it quite late.
Euro's off.
Dan has not pitted. Euro's been off the road at Sterling's. Well, Euro has some side damage because there's some white scrape marks on the left-hand side of his Ferrari. He stays out and continues on. As we're not even at halfway through, halfway point in this race.
Is that what the driver waiting for, to get to that halfway mark and then decide to pull the trigger?
So maybe the tyres last a bit better. Like all these people are pitted early, they're going to be burning. Their tyres have got to do longer of a stint. As you, in this game, you do see the rubber build up on the outside of some corners, as you see it there through Graham Hill. As remember, we're halfway through this race. Put your vote down for the driver of the day. I did have a good idea from after race 1, but his race 2's not going so well. As De Silva is round the trees of Sterling's with 11 minutes of 30 seconds of the window. He's holding it tight. Nope, not pitting yet. Will an Orthodox pit as he stampedes into clearways and then Clark.
Just looking at the Fury and Nexus battle, Fury runs wide. As I say that, Fury runs wide, but Nexus gets through.
Fury's struggling a bit with Brands Hatch, do you think, Tony?
It certainly looks that way.
Euro's pitting. Euro has pitted. Will Fury be Fury? Yes.
He'll keep battling to the end.
Oh.
Drifting run, Alec Hill.
Euro in the box. Let's leave two more.
Overtake a 0.2 behind Bravia.
Yep. Gary still within sight of this battle for what could be net. Well, I think De Silva's probably pulled away from Impalava, but he was closing in before N peeled into the pit lane. As Jamie holds off with Gary in a watching brief. Little lot, swell source of tyres.
We are halfway through, keep
and
pushing.
We're Overtaker having a look. This is the battle of the pad users. The left side is on his pad as well. For fourth place between Overtaker and Big Boy Brazier. As who's out off the road? That's Fury off, isn't it? Yep, it's Fury. Fury's been off the road into Westfield.
Is he carrying more damage, maybe? That's why he's starting to struggle.
Or has his tyres just died? Entirely possible. Has his Lamborghini in fact become a Ferrari? Who knows? We need to take the badges off to have a look.
I'm not looking, don't want to jinx it.
As De Silva, now 10 seconds in front of Dan. Dan launched. Dan's wide through Surtees. Down Hawthorne Hill. Overtaker's dropped behind Gary. He has indeed.
Yeah, he just went a bit wide there. I don't know quite what happened.
These the second race, reverse grid races, are always a lot harder. Especially if you're really quick, you can get past cleanly. Or you find a driver.
There's not many true overtaking places other than maybe turn 1 into.
No, De Silva's in. De Silva's pitting for his mandatory pit stop. Will Unorthodox following him? No, Dan carries on. to take the race lead as De Silva's in the pit lane. I'm hearing, ooh, there's something happening else.
Gary, very, very close to the back. Jamie.
As Overtaker have a look around the outside of Gary into Hawthorns. They're still side by side, driving towards Westfields. Overtaker ran wide. Well, there's no contact, but it was never going to work.
No.
It was never going to work there. The Bentley was always going to go towards there, no matter how hard Gary held the line. And it's just one of them things. Sutty P7, Euro P8, Peaceful P9, Nexus P10, Smokey in 11th. He's in front of Fury. Fury must be really struggling now. We're still waiting for one poor person to pit at San Alpha Dubs in the Lamborghini. Probably leaving it to the last possible minute of the window to pull it in. Trying to gain time with his old tyres while everyone else is on fresher tyres. So Empalava has kept the race lead from De Silva by quite a margin. Will we be talking to Empalava on the podium?
The thing with Empalava's race, he's kept himself out of trouble, like I said at the start. He's going to be survival of the fittest almost in terms of keeping it on track.
And plus he had the prime position to start from pole.
Exactly.
Remember, driver of the day. Put your votes in. Oh, I've not really got one now.
It's a hard one because also
Dan is pitted.
You had the three three drivers in the first race, and then the second race has just kept everyone in the same light.
Well, and also we had a really impressive drive in race 1 by Nexus to get P4. Yeah, this race.
Dan's away.
Dan is mobile. Where will Dan come out? Empalava's passed. Here comes De Silva. Dan has Dan jumped De Silva. De Silva's sliding through Paddock Hill. Dan has jumped De Silva.
Dan nearly lost it on cold.
Jamie and Gary's taking the most of it, and there's Overtaker. Empalava's got a lovely lead. Not gonna jinx him or anything. But he has a 12-second lead.
For mine and your fate though, PN, I think we need to hope it stays clean.
Yes. We've already got one ticket in from race 1.
I don't have that worry.
You don't have that worry. Tony, you've got to become a steward at this rate. Yeah.
No.
I think Tony, you ain't got no option in it, mate. You've got to come and do it now. You jump on comms, you can look at the instant result.
You can have a giggle at some of the stuff people put in. Though I did have to put one in because I felt like I was pushed off, but I wasn't pushed off. I think it was netcode. The infamous netcode you get in racing games. Because the back end of my car went like into Clark, into Clearways and Clark, and I went to the gravel. But I just went to put it in just to see. Oh, Dan's wide! No, Daniel, don't do that. No, Daniel.
The film looking around the outside into Paddock Hill.
Yep, I've got the battle on screen for the viewers. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the stream, and tune in next week with Dan Davis and Matthew Duffin in the comms box for Pro-Am at Mazzano.
Now, knowing Dan's got to beat De Silva by several positions, is Dan going to back De Silva up until Jamie Brazier and overtake them?
It won't be bad to shout. Jamie's having a look, but Jamie's ran wide. That could open up the door for Overtaker. Where's Gary gone? Gary was in on this. Oh, there's Gary.
Seconds behind them.
Empalava, though, lovely little lead. He's got lap traffic in front of him, one of them being Fury.
If the early pit stops now starting to take effect for like for Gary and others.
Fury, yeah. Back Palava up.
Will Fury's just back off to back Palava towards Dan. But It's very risky though, because Dan's got De Silva in third behind him, Big Boy Brazier in fourth, and Overtaker in fifth, and Gary's not far away either.
Empire isn't Dan's fight. I think Dan's more concerned about De Silva behind him.
Yeah, Empalava, well, it is the fight for the constructors between that of Buffo and FU Racing. But at least it's not Michael Masters, it was Mango Lassie. Jamie.
I said, easy for you to say.
I know who came up with that team name, Jamie. Because you told me that was trying to be your team name in ACC. And if you qualified in Pro-Am, I would probably be your teammate. Why ruin what we got in Ferrari F1? Oh, Dan's on the cross!
Wide.
Is Dan cracking under the pressure of that chrome McLaren behind him? As De Silva, as Dan parks it in the middle of the road through Hawthorns. We would look at the race leader, but he's quite comfortable right now. Fury's been off the road again because Empalava's already gone past. Fury's off the road again. Oh, Fury, are you struggling? Yeah. Fury, do you need a hug? Or are you thinking about Donington this weekend? For those who've gone to Donington for BTCC?
There'll be plenty of people there to give him a hug while I was there.
Yep, be careful, get a hug. This is the closest battle for P2 between Unorthodox De Silva, Big Boy Brazier and Overtaker. Gary getting further and further back. Maybe the Bentley's burning its tyres out. Fury moving over straight away to let the race leaders past. Well done, Fury, with the blue flag set. There is no other real close battle at the moment, as Jamie's dropped off the back of this battle for P2 between De Silva and Unorthodox. Overtaker's pushed Jamie round, and we know Jamie would put that in. Did Overtaker wait for Jamie to carry on? He did, so
Jamie did well to hold it.
he probably just opened the throttle up on his controller, but that as battle, we got battle for P2 and battle for P4. Cameraman, what are you looking at? There you go, through what was Dingledell, now Sheen. Past Sterling under the bridge towards the medical centre in the infield of the Grand Prix loop, which only gets used very few times of the year because of noise. Even though it's surrounded by...
I don't understand that. People move near a racetrack and then complain about the noise it makes.
Yeah, well, it's Snetterton has hurried back as the pit window is now closed, but it doesn't matter. Every driver has made a mandatory pit stop. Yeah, that's one of the things with race circuits. Mallory Park could only be used a few times a year because of houses. People have moved in. Do they not research where they're living? If there's a race circuit there, you know there's going to be noise every weekend in the spring and summer.
BSB used to go at Mallory Park, but they can't now go there because of the noise. It's just...
Yeah, and Snetterton could easily host two BSB weekends a year. On a 300 circuit and another one on the 200 circuit. Same with touring cars, but it can't because of the noise. Dan has brought the lead lap down to 9.6 seconds. Is Empalava starting to struggle on his tyres? Or is Dan finding his rhythm? Because Silva and Orthodox both pitted later than Empalava. And this circuit seems to be a bit of a bit harsh on tyres. Probably because you drop pressures hopping over the curb. Yeah, there was once originally another plan back in the 90s to bring F1 back to Brands Hatch and build a new Grand Prix loop as well. To the south of the start-finish straight. Or, well, whatever your rotation is of the track on the map.
Dan's wide.
Yep, Dan is wide. Is that the opening for De Silva? No, not quite yet. De Silva sitting on the back of that Lamborghini. Overtaker and Jamie are close again. Jamie's in the middle, flames spitting out the back of that Audi. As you hear it go, distinct noise from the that's probably going to get clipped, me making engine noises. I just realised that. Never mind. As we carry on. Overtaker's having a look at Dan into Westfield. As we head towards Sheen's. Argent, who's more familiar with bike racing, will know who Barry Sheen was. Played with, John Surtees won world title on both 2 and 4 wheels.
And you driver to do so.
Yeah, and you got the Halewood Hill as well, down towards Druids. He also had a dabble at racing cars as well as bikes. Back when people used to race anything, like Jim Clark did touring cars, Formula 1, Formula 2, IndyCar. Well, he did everything, did Jim Clark.
Problem is, I've got so much money in it now. Drivers can't be afforded to race more than one category.
I think what scared him is when Robert Kubica had his rally accident.
But then there's nothing stopping cars from doing, like say, BTCC and open wheel racing in another series.
Is it Camille in YouTube chat has asked what lap times do they do in the front? If you could have a look at that through the timetables, Kieran, for us quickly and relay it.
It's gone a bit wide. Overtakers. Oh, we get that. Oh, Ben's gone off, I think.
Yeah, Jamie has indeed gone off. Overtaker is through.
Say lap time. If they give me the race.
Go to timetables and then go to race 2 and then scroll down and click on each driver. As normally how you look at the lap times. As De Silva is still third, Jamie's caught back up already. Is that Jamie? No, a Smokey being lapped. I should have known that because that car should be purple, not blue. De Silva though, at the moment we don't know. They're probably doing about 24, 25s for leaders.
In practice, they're doing 24s, if not 25. So
Overtaker did a 23 in qualifying 1. He did. As De Silva now has having a nice look at the back end of a Lamborghini. And I know all about looking at the back end of that McLaren. I spent most of my race looking at the back end of Kelly's car.
I think most people did, from what I've heard.
It was mostly me in race 2. just can't get past.
Oh, Overtaker's got through. Smoky.
Past the chicane. As the closest battle currently is for second place. Can Overtaker wind it back in though? And
If De Silva just fit in there, no, he has nothing to lose. I'll just fit in there.
Yeah, De Silva. Dan's not really going to gain massive points being in second, as Dan clips a curb on the inside of Paddock Hill. As we got nearly 14 minutes left of this race, as the wind picks up by 2 kilometers per hour. Track temperature's now down to 30 degrees. So it is cooling off because it's now about approaching 5 in the afternoon. So it's about 4:45 in the game. As we go back to the battle for second place between Unorthodox and De Silva. Sutty is catching Gary. Gary must be struggling with the big man Bentley. With the Oakley. As Sutty is winding him in the Ferrari. Euro is in 8th, pretty much in no man's land. Peaceful is in 9th. Nexus is in 10th on no man's land. Smoky Devil has just been lapped by his teammate.
Overtakers on
Got
the
a lot
road.
of cars in no man's land, other than second and third.
Yeah. And 6th and 7th is battle brewing there as well. As I look at Overtaker, throwing it through clearways and Clark. As we move back to the battle for second between De Silva and Orthodubs. As I've got to take another brief drink. Into Druids. Oh, don't belch. It's Graham Hill. Damon Hill actually did race bikes before he went to cars. There's a little fact for everybody. That's why he was quite late starting his car racing career.
Well, it's similar to the other way round, but to Mick Doohan and Jack Doohan in F2. He fun Mick Doohan, multiple-time MotoGP champion. He took one ride of a bike and said, no, that's not for me, and went to cars.
And look at the Carlos Sainz's. Senior's a rally driver. The lead gap has dropped down to 7.2 seconds. Is Empalavan struggling with his tyres now? He did pit earlier than De Silva and Orthodubs.
Was he in traffic though? No, doesn't appear to be.
There's nothing nearby. The next car in front of him is Fury. Looking at the mini-map, car 13, yep, that's Fury. Who, when the PS5 sign-ups went live, put down that he was going to drive a McLaren, then realised the M4's available. And what he was saying in the voice message, it's not worth repeating on stream. Well, on the main.
Better not.
As we move back to the battle for second between Orthodubs and De Silva, this is the closest battle on the circuit between multiple pro champion Dan and De Silva, a new joiner this season, since moving to Assetto Corsa Competizione, and I did the hand gesture too. After 7 seasons on Project Cars 2, a game I couldn't really get into online, won't lie. Oh, who's that slow? Empalava's made a mistake, he's slow. Yeah, I believe he's gone off between Sheen and Sterling, so this has just closed the battle right up.
And licking his lips, but the problem is he's going to have to try and get past that McLaren when he's got another McLaren directly behind him.
McLarens are everywhere. It is one of the best cars for this circuit. Though in British GT, look, currently the best car is a Mercedes. That, yeah, especially when you've got someone like Jules Gounon driving for you. Or Maralengo. Oh, ends ran a little bit wide. Things are now getting very spicy here at the sharp end in the final 10 minutes. Fury right in front of Empalava. Flashing his headlights for Fury to get out of the way. But at the moment, GT rules, Fury doesn't have to. But he does.
Fury get out of the way with teammate though. That teammate's coming up quick behind him.
Yeah, with Silverbot. Yeah, Fury instantly over to the right hand side of the circuit. The lead is now put 1.5 of a second. Oh, this is on like Donkey Kong. And if you're old enough to have played Donkey Kong in the arcades, congratulations. I'm just missed out. But I've probably played it on a SNES. Or a NES. Zempalava must be starting to struggle with his tyres. We've got 9 minutes left. Sutty is back on the back end of Gary. Gary's doing circuit safari. Gary checking that the marshals are okay. And make sure they've got plenty of food and water. It looks still quite warm evening here at Brands Hatch at 24 degrees air temperature. Track temperature at 29. So Sutty now up to 6. Good drive by Sutty tonight. Given? Not
Yeah,
bad.
it was not a bad night for it. It seemed rather quiet in terms of incidents and action on track, but
And I hate to interrupt you, but it's now 0.4 of a second between Empalava and Nanoff-Dubs. Aim's gone wide again. He's got a wide through Hawthorns. Dan's having a look up the inside into Westfield. End's gone wide again. I think End's tyres have died.
End's thrown that one away.
He's thrown it away. I believe his tyres have died. Dan now takes the lead of this race with 7 minutes to go. As we're waiting for him to go through a time loop, which will be the start-finish line. With De Silva now thinking, oh, maybe I could get another race win here. But
Sure, he's been thinking that all the way along.
Dan with his headlights blazing. Empalava now down in the third. De Silva going down the inside. What a move! Dan gets the cutback into Druids. De Silva is really good on his brakes, though. Especially that one back at Monza when he got Fury. This is fantastic racing by these two. Dan parking his car in the middle of the road. De Silva's thinking, I need to win this. Now, I can see the win. Dan had a little bobble there. With traction. Overtaker sitting in fourth. Will his team swap positions with his teammate, but Buff-Out Racing are going to pick up some very good points today in race 2 with third and fourth.
Never said this would be the result. 10 minutes into the race, we're down at the back. We never thought we'd be in this position.
Dan just driving solidly for this whole race. Here at Brands, in Kent, England. De Silva having a little look round the outside, heading towards Clearways. Thinks better off it. Does he get the cutback and the drive-through Clark curve over the Brabham straight? That isn't straight. Empalava's not out of this. He's back on the back end of De Silva. Dan taking the wider line into Paddock Hill. Oh, that might be too much curb. Nah. Empalava's back on the back of De Silva. De Silva defending from Empalava. And I'm getting out of breath because I'm not used to
5 minutes ago, people in the chat, who do you think's going to get this one?
This is a great finish to race 2, where it's just come together. Empalava's led most of this race. Looked like he made a few mistakes and lost grip on his tyres and down to third. Still not a bad result. Overtaker is within spitting distance of this.
But now lead the Unorthodox and De Silva's got through. And Empalava's race seem to be back on the pace again.
Yeah, is Empalava just sort of like taking a watch and brief, see if these two make any contact to get through. It's not a way to win a race, to be honest. It's a bit cheaty. As Dan from De Silva with Empalava in third, overtake it now 1.5 less than 1.5 seconds behind his teammate. 4.5 minutes left of the race to go. Dan going into Paddock Hill, up Halewood Hill into Druids, down the little short shoot down towards Graham Hill Bend. Now I can never remember the back straight name here on the Indy circuit as they go towards 30s. Ferrari world champion John Surtees in 1964, those who really want to know. Down Halewood Hill, not Halewood Hill, Hawthorne Hill into Hawthorne Bend. There's a very slow Fury ahead. I believe Fury's not her. Fury is just... Fury is struggling.
Just got past Father.
Was that team order switcheroo?
Doesn't matter though, because then
Doesn't matter.
not here next week.
Nah. Fury's struggling. Just jumped to Fury. Oh my, yeah. Look how Phil. Oh,
No,
look at.
I'd rather not.
Nah, we'll go back to the lead battle. To Silver versus Dan. Overtaker 2 seconds behind the Silver. We've probably got about 2 and a bit laps left. Fury's trying to get his car to the pits, but he's probably got about. And as Dan said, great racing up front. Oh, indeed. De Silva's on the grass. You can't go there, sir. As Dan is told, defending like a demon. Left rear puncture for Fury. He's just said in YouTube chat. Fury has a puncture. Will he make it to pit lane to change a tyre? To score points at FU Racing still. Flames popping out the back of De Silva's McLaren. As a white flag, I surrender. Flag was being shown there. Drifting again, Joe. As Daz says in the chat. As we watch this battle, Overtaker is winding them in. He must have really found something around here, around Brands Hatch. Or he might just like Brands Hatch. Can Overtaker pull off the London buses and get the double? Who's that off ahead?
A bit tight, I think.
I believe Smokey is off the road. No, it's not Smokey. Who's that off the road up ahead? It's not Peaceful. It's Fury. It's Fury. Fury's parked up on the side of the road. As we jump back to the lead battle with about a minute left of this race to go. There is some lap cars slowly coming into view with the Nexus. Overtake. De Silva's trying anything possible to get past Unorthodox. Will they get around and get another racing lap in here at Brands Hatch? There is a slow-moving car going around the track with former Fury. He's at Druids right now.
Not moved much in the last 30 seconds.
Well,
he's struggling to keep it on the track.
If he's not a puncture, Dan, they've got a nice second lead over.
Settling for second place, maybe.
It's De Silva thinking I'd rather defend from Overtaker than Dan. We will never know. 14 seconds left of the race. We're going to get one more lap in. One more lap to go.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
The people in the chat, who's your driver of the day?
Vote for your driver of the day. Type it in chat. I don't know how to do polls. But I think it's going to be a tie between Dan and De Silva. And Overtaker, three-way tie. Fury has had to retire the car because it wouldn't turn right at all.
He was just bouncing off the
barriers. Yeah, okay, Joe. Noted. So, vote for your driver of the day. For me, I think it's going to have to be a three-way tie between the top three for both races.
Driver of the day, all the drivers keeping it
reasonably clean. But as we followed Unorthodox round as he heads towards Westfield. Oh no, wait, we're at Dingledale. Unorthodox, Camille's voted Unorthodox in the chat. De Silva's now got Overtaker right behind him. As Dan turns into clearways for the final time into Clark. Not a bad move considering he's right at the back of the grid.
The leader has finished the race.
Dan with our race 2 win, De Silva in second. Overtaker in. Did Overtaker let Impalava back past? No, Overtaker.
Overtaker finished 4th, must have done.
He must have done. Did they reverse the
lazy.
place? Very, very clean tonight here at Brands Hatch. Sutty Jamie came home in 5th, Sutty coming home in 6th. Good night by Sutty. Gary coming around for 7th. Gary flashing the lights as he crosses the line. Here comes Euro. Smoky Devils finished the race in the P11. Fury will be P12. Akbar was a retirement at P13. Euro crossing the line in P8. As we move to Peaceful racing side by side with Nexus. Peaceful's been off the road. His car's got a lot of heavy rear damage. Oh! There's a touch. As our race winner has just joined the party. Peaceful got to come home in P11, P10, P9. We'll get the right positions. Nexus P10. I believe Overtaker swap positions with Empalava. I didn't.
That's what it looked like by the
Overtaker's come and joined us anyway, but unless it's because. Hang on, let me get the race result up. Yeah, that's what the game's saying. As both Overtaker and Engine come and join us for a chat.
Getting cramped in here now.
It's this very small comms box. Ooh. And here's our race results. Is Unorthodox to Silver. According to the results screen, Empalava in 3rd. Overtaker in 4th. Big Boy Brazier 5th. Sutty Apex 6th. Gary 1317. Euro in 8th. Nexus... Euro in 8th. Peaceful in 9th. Nexus in 10th. Smoky Devil in 11th. Fury in 12th. And Akbar as a retirement in P13. And we go to our top 3. And 3rd place in Belovens, according to the results screen. Hello, Norris.
Hello.
Welcome to the podium. Has it been a while?
Yeah, it's been a while. From Spa.
Green light, show them what you got.
Here. So it feels good to be back. Could have done a bit more, but pressure got to me and I let the faster guys through, unfortunately. And then some team tactics with Overtaker, and that's how I ended up here.
So you did a switch on the final corner, did you?
Yeah, we had a deal that I let him through and he tries to catch the cars in front, and if he doesn't overtake them, then he gives me the position back. So he stuck to his word, and I'm very thankful to him for that.
Yep, and we will go to, as a poll's just gone up for vote for driver day between De Silva and Orthodubs Overtaker and Empalava. And we'll come to our 2nd place finish. Well, we can't because De Silva's not here. Unless Dan's trying to get him in. If not, we move to.
I have tried. Something in his settings won't allow me to allow him to join. So yeah, we can't get him in.
Oh well, as Overtaker's joined us in here, should we have another little chat with Overtaker?
Yeah, mate, I just joined because Emplava said he couldn't get in, so I had to join to give him an invite. But yeah, sure, ask away.
Yeah, not a bad finish to get to P4. Some close contact in places out there.
Yeah, that was one of the most enjoying races, or the most enjoyed race I had this season. Great battles, and respect to Gary, firstly, great battles with him side by side. Then Big Boy Brazier, again, great battle side by side into some tough corners. Just enough space given to not push out of the track each other. I just clipped him at one of the corners, but it was a little bit, so I gave the space back. But then at the end, I was just hoping that Eno would keep it together. He was that close to winning this. He had this in the bag, but he made a mistake. No worries, we had an agreement. If he's gonna let me go, I'm gonna try to catch the guys in front of me, and Just couldn't get them. I would need a couple of laps more, but yeah, great pace, everyone, and great racing.
Yeah, overtakers. Bet you're gutted you're going to be Mr. Mazzano next week now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's why I was joining, just to say goodbye to this season. I enjoyed it, ups and downs, but let's see. I'm gonna watch the title battle continues with the Silva, and then
There is a sign up available for a PS5 league on for British circuits. Just saying.
yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break a little bit.
Right, and now we move to our race 2 winner, Dan. Not a bad night to end tonight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, not a bad night. I'm done. I'm actually like physically done. I have no more left in the tank. But wow, what a final race. Props to Emprava, man. He did a great job that race. I could not catch him towards the end. To a point, I was too busy looking at what De Silva was doing and didn't realise that we were catching him. And yeah, just great respect to him. And like I said, he did a good job this race. Nice to hear him on the podium once again. But oh man, that was hard work. But either way, I'll take a win. I'll take a win. I'm sorry. I'm just so worn out now because of that race. It's just taking it out of me.
I think you've dropped to pretty much right at the back at one point, and then fought way all the way to the front, and it's just a hard night's racing. At least just Lamborghini didn't turn into a Ferrari.
Yeah, like I pushed that car to the limit, and there was nothing left in it. There was literally. I couldn't do anything more. The pit stop, what saved me, if anything. I obviously I had the stream on, obviously, because I'm keeping an eye on it with the broadcasting and all. So I could see that Overtaker is stuck behind Gary and obviously fighting with Jamie. And I was like, I'm in clear air at the minute. No one's in my way. No one's affecting me. So I just stayed out and just kept going and going and going. And I didn't even realise when I came out of the pits, I jumped to silver as well. So it was like, oh my God, like what's just happened? So it planned out really well, whether or not if I planned it or not. But yeah, like I said, I cannot give more respect to De Silva. He's such a fair racer, so clean. So I can he can overtake me, I can overtake him in such a dodgiest places, and we don't make a single bit of contact. So, like, I gotta tip my hat off to the guy. He is amazing at sim racing, and I'm looking at the table right now. I've got to hope for a miracle that he doesn't turn up, basically, for me to win this title. So I'm already kind of being the first to say congratulations to him, because he's thoroughly deserved it, and he's been here from the start to the end. Like I said, it's all been about the constructors now. That's what I'm focusing on, and yeah, it's yeah, it's over. It's done. I can chill now and start to get drunk this weekend.
Yeah, as you're off to Donington.
Yes, we are off to Donington, and just before you carry on, Pian, I will remind everybody here on the channel that we will not be live on Sunday night for the F1s due to the fact that majority of us are at Donington Park to watch the British Touring Car Championship. If you do want to watch that, it's on ITV4 here in the UK. You might see one of us. You might be seeing one of us lingering around, who knows. But make sure you tune in next week, as we will have the finale. Pro-Am's pretty much wrapped up for whole team, but there's still obviously places for second, third, and fourth. All those places as well. Well, myself and Matthew Duffin will be back in your commentary box once again. But we head to Misano for the final round of the season for Pro. De Silva has pretty much got it in the bag. Again, I've got to hope for a miracle to happen, but it is all about the constructors. It's now, can Emplava catch myself and Fury, or will Gary manage to hang on to the Constructors' Championship if there's no Matt and no Overtaker at Misano? It's such a shame that this season has come to an end this way, but either way, it's going to go down to the wire, and whoever's going to come out champion at this is going to be a well-deserved champion nonetheless. And obviously, I've got to thank the boys here again. I've got to thank Mike, thank PN, Argent, and Fury's granddad for all stepping in, and obviously Matt. We've looked after your show. It's nice and clean. Everything has gone to plan, sort of, but it has not been burnt down to a crisp. So thank you to everybody who stepped in to help out run this week and next week, as yeah, no Matt to do the show, but no F1. PN, back to you so you can finish your stream.
Well, according to the vote, Dan, you've got driver of the day, so congrats on that. Let's go through. Kieran, who's your driver of the day?
I'm going to have to give it a split between Dan and Silver, just giving us an entertaining race in both race 1 and race 2.
Tony.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. It was great racing, both races, brilliant.
Well, for my driver of the day, it's got to be a tie between Dan, De Silva, and Overtaker, because all three of you have just raced brilliantly tonight. So, yeah, as Dan said, we're not here on Sunday for Formula One, so no. I'll get a lovely week's break. Probably need it. Tune in next Wednesday, see if I could not shoot my Ferrari you can see on screen right now, which will be retired at the end of the season. For Pro-Am, can East West Motorsport actually get second or third in the constructors? And then we're back here on Thursday for Pro and the finale at Misano. So, yeah, it's good night for them and it's good night for me. See you next week. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Good night everybody and bye.
Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe. And I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me. Oh.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I.